Hello and welcome, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today we're going to talk about Colleen Ballinger because apparently this woman doesn't know how to stop.
Yep.
Um, she needs to get more money apparently.
Yeah. She blew through all that.
I'm not even mad that she's, you know, trying to get money because the only reason why she would come back at this time is to get, all of the AdSense from
Oh yeah.
um
No doubt.
the December months and stuff like that. This is the most profitable month. That was a weird way to say it. Profitable. Oh my god. Profitable month for most influencers.
Yeah.
They make, if you have your ads going, you're going to get more this month than it, or in these 2 months than anything. So I mean, it's not even that. Like, go ahead, make your money, whatever.
Yeah.
It's the fact that she is come out with her stupid little video. By now, probably the entire internet has seen the fall vlog.
Yeah.
Or heard about it. It's the fact that she came in the first 2 minutes of the video and is just bull-faced lying to people.
Yeah.
And
I'm
again,
so sad. I'm so sorry.
Gaslighting her, not only her viewers, but Adam and Becky and all of the other people, Alex, Oliver, everyone that she has harmed, Trisha.
Yeah.
She's not apologized at all to any of them, not publicly nor privately.
Yeah.
Adam, of course, he's made videos about her comeback, and
that upsets me. Not that he made videos, but the way people are treating him. I really am mad at society.
Yeah. Why are we on this victim blaming hate train when, okay, he can make as many videos as he wants about her.
Yeah.
He can. Trisha can. They have the right to. They were literally
every day.
her victim. Adam said in multiple interviews, in multiple, every single video pretty much, he has made about Colleen, he has said, if she would just give me a sincere apology, not only to himself, but his parents, he would be he wouldn't talk about it anymore. He could close the book, he could move on with his life, because this isn't something he wants to be constantly reminded of.
No, and
especially when he's going through his therapy. I mean, I'm sure to have her constantly say, well, I've apologized, I'm sorry, but not actually giving an apology.
No, she's apologized for,
being racist.
She's apologized for her fans not getting to see her.
That's true.
But she hasn't apologized to anybody.
So she's been vlogging, and Adam made a really good point in his video. I suggest you go watch Adam's videos. But he made a good point in his video, that a real therapist would be telling her to not vlog and not be on the internet right now.
Yeah.
Because yes, it's good to stay in your daily routine, but at the same time, when the cause for your pain, if she was truly in pain and this was causing her harm, she should not be doing the things that's causing her mental harm.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Harry and Meghan when they're out here saying that they have, he has PTSD. Every time he sees a camera flash, he just can't even function. He just breaks down and has a panic attack. Yet he's constantly filming himself. He's constantly going out into public, calling the paparazzi on himself.
Yeah.
So you're doing the thing that you're saying is harming you, but it's everyone else's fault.
Yeah.
but you're doing, you know, that's this. It's the same thing. So why is she continuing to vlog if it's causing her so much hurt?
Yeah. Even if she had to take care of her children, which she has 3 now. By the way, she paid for. She didn't. She had them, but she went through treatments to get those children. She
there's
she
nothing
loves
wrong
those
with doing
children.
in vitro.
No,
Or
because
anything
if
like
that's the way
that.
you have to do it, that's what you have to do. If you really want children, have them.
But I think that a lot of people, when they were talking about, I'm sorry to cut you off.
It's okay.
I wanted to mention, when people were talking about how she clearly loves Maisie much more than she loves Wesley, like, she will not hold Wesley for very long.
No.
She just doesn't. And there's nothing wrong with having a favorite child. I think everyone is like, oh no, you can't have a favorite child. There's nothing wrong with having the child that you are much closer to.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I mean, as a favorite child.
Oh my God.
There's
have a
more.
difference.
Me and you have more in common than you and my brothers do. So naturally, it's easier for us to,
hang out with each other, talk. We have the same
interests. We have the same likes and things like that. So it's much easier for us to get along.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's when it's getting to the point where, like she was saying in one of her videos, just because you don't see me holding him doesn't mean that I don't ever hold him. But it's like, it's the way she talks to Wesley, the way she talks about Wesley. It's not as enthusiastic as it is about Maisie.
Yeah.
That was the point. The point was, it looked like you just didn't even want to look at that child.
Now, I will say, we have watched her latest video.
Yeah.
A day ago. And I was surprised that she actually was talking about him, what Wesley was saying when he was little, the cute little ways that he would phrase things,
No, that was Flynn.
No, it was, she mentioned Flynn, but she was talking about Wesley saying ice cream funny and things like that. And I think she did that on purpose.
Because people are complaining about the whole, her not treating Wesley the same as everybody. You always have a big attachment to your first child because it's your first child.
Yeah.
So clearly she loves it's. I have a feeling that she's a little bit biased towards Wesley. This is just in my opinion from what she's watched, from what I've seen of her and how she interacts with her children. She doesn't have as much of a connection.
Yeah.
With him, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that she's a bad person or a bad mother for that. Now, sometimes you're just not as connected to your children, and that's okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not really.
Well, it's when you get into, like, not treating them the same.
Well, like, I think you should treat each one as individuals. But at the same time, like, when my kids were little, they got the same amount of presents at Christmas. When they were little. And then as they started getting older, the older ones got less, but they got more expensive.
Yeah, like 1 year my older brother got the new, it was when PlayStation 3 had just come out. He got the new PlayStation 3, and so that was really expensive. So he only got that, plus like the 2 games that came with it. Well, but I got like tons of presents. But it was because my presents wasn't as expensive as his PlayStation.
Yeah. Now, as far as attachments, you have one child that usually it's just one child. And you have one child that is usually more attached to you than others. Now, my second son was my baby. He was like...
He's the actual favorite. I just like to think I'm the favorite.
He's not my favorite. I love all my kids. But my oldest son...
Oh, don't you love me? But I do suffer from the younger child syndrome of, why can't you just be like your older sibling?
He was good. He was very good. He was pretty almost perfect.
Mm-hmm.
as a child, he never backtalked. We could talk things out. I never had to spank him. He was always good. And so he would follow me around, and my little helper and stuff like that. Now, my oldest son, as soon as my second son was born, he was done with uh, me and life, and he was like, at 3 years old, he kind of
became a moody teenager.
Yeah. But so we were distanced. Um and my mom lived with me all of their lives up until she was little.
Yeah.
And so all my kids had a second mom.
Yeah.
And it was like I was the dad, she was the mom. I went to work, she stayed home. And she took care of my
gender
kids.
Stereotyping.
Well, no, that's the way it was. She was the second parent.
Yeah.
And so when you have two parents that are always home, you have the kids have more love. There's more. Oh well, this one likes this parent more and gets along with them more, and this one likes this. It's not. I don't love my kids any different. I love from the littlest to the biggest. I love my children.
But you love them in different ways for different things.
Now I won't talk about it right now, but my oldest son I don't talk to at all, and don't plan on talking to. It doesn't mean I don't love him. Just don't talk to him.
Just because, things have happened in the course of the relationship, that doesn't, mean you stop loving them. No. That just means,
No, he's the way he is, and that's just it. That's all I've got to say. But I still, if he were hurt or needed me in any way, I would be right there for him. And the reason why I bring this up is because you have to respect and love your children as individuals and as your children.
Yeah.
Now, and I have fallen into this with him, especially because he was like, I was trying to relate to him because we don't think the same. We don't look, we're two different people. And he likes to do things I don't like to do. Well, so I think Flynn and Miranda, I keep wanting to call her Miranda, Colleen, have that same situation. She is desperately trying to, relate to him, and constantly he's older. He can speak now.
Well, she was saying before the twins had arrived, that she wanted to make sure Flynn didn't feel like he was left out or like he was being replaced.
Yeah.
Because when you have an older child and then you get all of a sudden two new siblings.
Yeah, that is a problem.
That's very triggering.
Yeah.
To an only child. Especially when it's both parents at home.
Uh-huh.
You get everything you want all the time. You have their undivided attention 24/7, and then all of a sudden you not only get one baby, but two.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's a whole new, and
I understand, but it's almost like she spoils him.
Yeah, it's like, she does things like she'll let him cook with her. And we were watching them
in her latest video,
a pie.
It was she filmed it on Thanksgiving, but it came out a day ago, and it's the 26th.
Yeah.
As of recording, it's the 26th of November.
Yeah. Now both of us have the same exact reaction because we sort of think alike.
Well, and we both have cooked with children before.
Yeah, we're sort of the mommy type. She's sitting there cooking, and she's allowing him to pour things into a hot pot.
That's okay because she's sitting there watching him,
Yeah.
making sure he's not going to get burned. But
And
then
he's standing on a ladder by the stove.
she turns around and walks away.
And he's still standing there.
Cuts right after that, and she jumps to another, part of the, that she's filmed. But we both visibly was like, oh my god, she left him by the stove by himself. Even if it was just for a second, it takes a second for a kid to get burned.
Yeah.
Especially if they're curious and, oh, I've been helping, I'm going to stir this, and then they get burned.
Or I want to see in the pot.
I've done it.
You know.
I did that the other day. I'm 23.
Hot sugar pouring all over his little skin. I could just see it melting away, and it kind of freaked me out.
Yeah, and especially, I'm bringing this up because she likes to bring it up. There's nothing wrong with having ADHD.
No.
I actually think that I have ADHD. There's nothing wrong with having ADHD. Tons of people go through their daily life with ADHD.
Yeah.
It's something that, with the proper therapies or medication if you need it,
learning how to handle
ADHD is just, if you have it, it is livable. You can function. You're not,
you're not all crazy all the time.
Yeah, you're not crazy all the time. But she, the one time where she was saying how she almost burnt the house down because she forgot,
she had eggs or something.
I think it was beans or something.
Oh, no, it was corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob. She burnt the corn on the cob because she forgot it was on the stove. And so she was like, she cried, of course, in that.
She cries every video.
So, it's like, okay, if she's trying to do this that whole thing and say that, like, she has ADHD so severely, like, she's scared and all this stuff, why is she cooking by herself with the kids? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, because she has a husband that's a stay-at-home mom, too, because he's an actor that doesn't act. I mean, he has
had roles. He was on, 4 episodes of Vampire Diaries, and
a long time ago.
And,
he's
done some movies.
Weird show too. On HBO.
We're going to get into Eric here in a few minutes, but my point of bringing up the favoritism was when they did In Vitro, you can, and there's nothing wrong with doing this, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, but to further the idea that she favorites Maisie, she chose the genders of her children.
Yeah.
Eric wanted a boy, and she wanted a little girl. She even said, there is a clip, and I will try my best to find it, or I'll try to find at least the video that she talks about this in. She talks about how, this was when she was pregnant with Flynn, how she desperately wanted a little girl.
Yeah.
And there's like I said, there's nothing wrong with wanting, one specific gender and then you get another gender child, as long as you still love that child for who they are. There's nothing wrong with saying, I really desperately want a little boy, and then you get a little girl. That doesn't mean you're not going to love that little girl.
Yeah.
But she really, 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 really wanted a little girl. And so she chose to have the gender altered of her child to be a little girl. There's an article that was done about that. When she did the In Vitro, she chose one girl, one boy, so that she could have a little girl. Because Eric really wanted another little boy.
Well, I think, and, it makes sense because...
you don't want 3 boys.
No,
or
and...
3 girls,
Girls can grow up by themselves. Boys need that pal, according to men. But, I think if she wanted to have it that way, then that's fine.
There's nothing wrong with that, but what I'm saying is she favoritizes Maisie she has favoritism towards Maisie because she's a girl. Yeah. Because she wanted a little girl, she leans more towards her. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's this, if she neglects her other child, the other twin. Yeah. That's where it becomes wrong. Yeah. And also, we already know about her problematic views towards looks and, weight. We're not going to get into that, but, that makes me a little bit scared for her, for Maisie. I don't want her to grow up in that mindset. Yeah, I noticed that, the kids, aren't they about 2? I think they were born in 2019. Oh, then they're older than that. 2020, maybe? I don't know. I don't know when she had her kids. They're probably about 2 or 3. Yeah. They have, and it's probably just the way she's teaching them. That, again, this is, how one parent does something is different to another parent, and there's nothing wrong with doing it different ways. And each child learns differently. But with her first child, Flynn learned to speak a lot slower than he should have. Well, because she fell into that stigma of okay. With the Dar car situation. It sounded cute, so they kept him doing it longer. It's like, some parents teach their kids to swear. Some people, the more you talk to your child, the more they learn. And the more you read to a child, the more they learn. Yeah. And more interactions are better. Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is she kind of lets her children speak in baby talk for too long. Well, that's, in my opinion, just from... Well, that's what I was going to say. My experience. I noticed that Maisie talks much better than Wesley. Wesley is still in that baby talk stage. Like, he's still, like, I don't know, you can't make the words out completely. But at 2 to 3 years old, they should be able to make like a full coherent sentence. Yeah, they should be able to speak what they want to say. 4 to 5 word sentence. Yeah, a sentence. Now Maisie can do that. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's still, she still isn't mess perfect. No child speaks like a 47-year-old man. No, but she talks much, she has a better flow with her words, and she's, it's more like, she speaks plain. Yeah. And that just is because Colleen obviously puts more time in Maisie than she does Wesley. She says she doesn't, but everything that I have seen shows that she does lean towards Flynn and Maisie. Yeah. Flynn a lot because she can make content with him. Yeah. He's able to, get up and do things like cooking and, crafts and things like that where the 2 little ones can't. Yeah. But she still favors Maisie, like when they show going for walks and things like that. She's always got a hold of Maisie. Wesley's always in the stroller. Yeah. I also want to bring up, and I anybody who makes children content should know this. But apparently, like, these TikTok moms, some of these YouTube moms, they still don't quite understand, what the world is like. I've noticed that she films her kids, like, kids crawl around, they They crawl all over you, but she doesn't make it a point to, like, pull their shirt down when it comes up or anything like that. You know, she allows them to be exposed somewhat, and maybe it's not on purpose, maybe it's not, anything with ill intention, but if you're a mom influencer, you have to realize that there are people who are watching your content for inappropriate reasons.
Yeah.
There are some people, not all the audience. There are some people who just genuinely enjoy. There are moms who watch that who just genuinely enjoy watching other parents.
Well, that's how the younger parents learn from the older parents.
But it's there are going to be that percentage of perverts on the internet, because there are perverts everywhere, who are going to watch your content for inappropriate reasons. And, you can film your children and post it on the internet, but if their shirt comes up and you can see their belly, maybe pull their shirt down. Because, I noticed in that video, because I'm sitting here trying to analyze everything, because now I'm looking at her in a completely different light.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here watching how she's not bothering to fix the children's clothing, or she'll film them with in their diapers and things like that. And I just don't like that, because it's gross to think about. I hope you can't hear the hammering that's happening right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's all these TikTok moms who are out here posting videos, and they're adorable videos. I think they're cute. It's an innocent little video of the baby, just
but you look at it differently
cute.
than someone else would.
Yeah, because I'm not thinking about it in, like, an inappropriate way. I'm thinking about it, oh my god, look how cute that little baby is.
Yeah.
But, there are perverts out there who are watching that for, like I said, for the 1,000th time, inappropriate reasons. And, but her family clearly has a problem with that.
They feed into that.
They don't have a problem with, that kind of content, because clearly Miranda,
now, she still has all of her videos up, so you can go back and look at her channel. I don't suggest you do.
No.
That's just giving her views. And for those who are out there thinking, oh, you have to give her a second chance, she's a good person. Okay.
If she was a good person, she would apologize to every person that she's harmed.
Well, I don't think she can, because there's too many. But if she was a good person, she would apologize to Adam. She would apologize to Becky. She would apologize to everyone, not just the people who might miss her content.
Yeah. Well, also she mentioned, she kept saying, she's done bad things in the past. Okay, what is the past to you, Colleen? What time frame does it,
is it yesterday? Because
is yesterday the past? Because as of this year, you were still in group chats with minors.
Yeah. A few months
ago, you were still gaslighting Trisha.
Yeah.
You were still trying to get people minors, to go and harass Adam. So what's the past to you?
It was so bad that Adam had to actually move out of the city. He can't live
near his family anymore, because he had to move to a completely different town.
Because he kept getting doxxed and harassed, and he had to change his phone number so many times.
Okay, everybody's all upset about Sniper Wolf.
Yeah.
That stupid SS Sniper. I don't know how to say it. Sniper Wolf. That girl. Everybody's all upset about her doxing Jack's films, which we should.
Yeah.
She's a trash person too. But why are people not more upset about Colleen getting other people to dox Adam's house, and their screenshot receipts
Yeah.
That proves she did do that. She said that. She said, go do this. She said, go harass Adam.
Yeah.
Why are we not getting more upset about her doing that? Especially when Adam was a minor.
Yeah, he's just now 21. And as Adam brought up in his video, Oliver's
just turned 20.
now.
Oh, no, sorry.
Brand new, 18.
Yeah, he just turned 18 this year.
And he was being harassed by Colleen's brother, Colleen's fans.
Well, I don't
until
think Colleen, but I know Colleen's fans were definitely like, you're
Yeah.
lying, this is not, you're, you know.
Yeah, but you could say it was her because she texted
Actively.
them and said, hey, go do this. And she didn't leave her weenie group until
this year. Like a couple of months ago.
September, I think, is when August or September is the last time she was on there.
I think it was September.
Yeah.
But it's just like, so what's the past to you?
Yeah.
Is the past yesterday? Because if it was yesterday, then sure, it's all in the past.
Yeah.
But, you know, I consider the past to be like 5 years ago.
Yeah. It doesn't even, she doesn't even consider the fact that she didn't hurt these kids, like physically. She is tearing their mental state down. She wants to talk about going to therapy.
Mm.
Just imagine what Becky has to go through every time it's late at night and she has to go and walk from anywhere to her car.
Yeah. Colleen does not know what it's like to walk in the store, see somebody who looks like somebody who's harmed you, and, you know, or they sound like it.
Yeah.
Like that person, and have all of that rush back. I mean, even if it was 25 years ago, have it all rush back right in that moment and have a panic attack right there in the store because you don't feel safe. You never feel.
Yeah.
You can go through years and years and years and years of therapy, and, one thing might trigger you, and it all just comes rushing back.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what Becky goes through every day to feel comfortable with herself and comfortable with her body. And what Adam has to do every day to... I mean, he probably hasn't even unpacked everything to us, what was said. And what was said to him that we do know is awful.
Yeah. I mean, she was like the head of the pyramid, and then she had all of her little minions going down and just torturing people for no reason. You don't talk like that to a child. And that's not something, she did this for years.
Yeah.
It's not, even if it was a learned behavior,
it's not
that's
excusable.
not something that you just stop doing.
Yeah.
You don't think, what kind of mind thinks, oh, I'm going to take this girl's pictures that are not savory, and I'm going to take them off of this safe site, and I'm going to show them to people. Little kids. I'm going to give this to a 13-year-old, and
she broke several laws. Not just like a little misdemeanor.
But that's okay. Nobody cares.
She broke federal laws because she downloaded OnlyFans content.
Yeah.
Which is a safe website that it's in their guidelines that you're not allowed to download it and share it with anyone else. That's actually called revenge porn.
Well, she had to buy it.
You had to buy. They
in
went
order
out and buy
to
it.
sell it. To give it away. She had to go and physically buy this, pay money for it.
Yeah.
Probably from her bank account that
she's getting donations for charity.
For charity, for cancer patients and all kinds of kids that are dying who actually need the money. But she's probably getting the money from that and buying these unsavory pictures, let's say, and giving them to children. What kind of person, normal person, does that?
I mean,
you just walk up and hand a 13-year-old something like that?
I can't even imagine a situation where that would be ever okay.
Yeah.
Ever.
And that's
I can't even imagine
one thing that she did.
Like, I would never, ever take a photo from someone else and then send it to my best friend, legal or not legal.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter if they're a minor or legal. I mean, it does matter, but I'm saying it's still
wrong.
breaking the law,
no
and
matter
it's still
which
wrong
one.
to do that to someone, even if Adam was legal at the time.
Yeah. I mean,
she not only broke laws, but she also, in my opinion,
broke his mind.
Broke his mind, but also the trust.
Yeah. All of the kids that she did that to, that's just one person. She did that to several people.
Well, I can't even imagine what Trisha feels.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that's like. To have someone take your photos, especially when she...
And then laugh about it. Have a party where you laugh and make fun of someone like that.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Especially because Trisha has trauma of people making fun of her weight and making fun of her looks. And, you know, you're supposed to be this person's friend.
A long time ago, I watched a video that Colleen did, and she said the reason why she had to go to homeschool is because she was bullied. Yeah. She was picked on, and she, you know, couldn't go to public school because of where they lived, and she was just a cute little theater nerd. Yeah, she just, you know, she was all awkward and long-legged and skinny and all this stuff. Well, then you take this woman and tear her down. Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, she only went to homeschool for 3 years. Yeah. Of her high school.
Yeah.
So she was in public school for the rest of the time. She was not homeschooled for years. So just 3 years, and I believe it was just 10th through 12th.
What I take from that is she was always the bully. Well, the reason why she had to leave public school is because she was the bully.
Well, Colleen admitted in several interviews and several videos that the Miranda voice came from mocking girls that was in her class.
Yeah. High school girls who...
that thought that they were talented, but in her eyes wasn't talented.
Yeah, and that's so disturbing because everybody that went to school with her is going to look at themselves and say, was she talking about me? Did I do something wrong? Is it me? And no, honey,
she's always
her.
Just been a mean
She's
girl.
She's just mean.
She's just a mean girl. I'm sorry.
And yeah, we're sitting here talking about her, but I'm not talking about the way she looks because I don't care how she looks. That doesn't matter to me. I don't care if she's skinny, fat, short, tall, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care.
It matters that she hurt people.
Yeah.
And she should not be just let back in.
Yeah, I'm not making fun of her. I'm not even making fun of it. I'm just disgusted with the fact that she can sit there and hurt somebody and degrade somebody and mentally make these children, you know, distraught. Adam is never going to be the same. And if he speaks about this every day until he dies, he has the right. Mm-hmm. You have the right to say, I was hurt by this person.
Yeah.
He has the right to stand up for himself.
Yeah, why are we trying to silence victims? I'm sorry.
You know,
especially when, like Amber Heard, she does need to be silenced. That woman's not a victim. No. She victimized Johnny Depp. She
victimized a lot of people.
She victimized a lot of people. There's tons of stuff about that woman.
Yeah.
But she does need to be stopped. She should not be able to speak about Johnny Depp in bad ways because she was proven to be lying.
Yeah.
Adam is not. There is tons of evidence that proves that Adam is the victim in this situation, not Colleen, and she should be allowed to make content. She can put out as many videos as she wants. But she should not be able to stop people from saying, "Hey, NordVPN." I don't know if she's sponsored by them, but I'm just saying, if they did sponsor her, hey, did you know that she is, like this? She can't stop people from talking about what she's done to them. And it shouldn't just be put in the past.
No.
If you're a bad person, admit you're a bad person, wear it on your sleeve. Don't be sneaky about it.
Yeah.
Shane Dawson, he can make content. Let him make content all he wants. But nobody should forget that person did a bad thing.
Yeah.
Especially because it deals with the things that if it was like, I said one thing that was a little bit, not even a little bit, somebody said the N-word.
Yeah.
One time. Okay, tell that person, hey, that hurt my feelings. This is why it hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
Please don't do this again. That person should therefore say, okay, I'm not going to do this again. I'm sorry I hurt your feelings. And then we move on from the situation. It should not have to be, but if they continuously do it, that needs to be brought back up. Because that's a pattern of behavior. She has continued over the years to harm children
and make
content
a lot of money off of it
that harms children and make tons of money off of it. And so it needs to be brought up every single time. She should not forget that she's a crappy person.
I have read so many reviews of her books. She's written 2 books. Miranda.
Well, there's 3 books because there's one about Colleen.
Well, I just read the 2 books about Miranda, and those 2 books are based for little kids. They're cute, funny pictures, silly little things, and the so many reviews of parents saying, "Oh my God, I read this. This is disgusting. Oh my God, this is so inappropriate. Oh my God, some of the things in here is borderline CP." Yeah, there's just so many of them, and countless people have bought the book and then wanted to take it back, or give it back, or give it away, or burn it, but they went ahead and bought it because the kids just, "Oh, Mommy, please, can we have this? Can we have this?"
Because she does the thing that a lot of people who are, I can't say the word, have predatory behaviors.
Yeah.
We shall say. They do this on purpose. They make a video or the thumbnail or the book or, whatever. They make it very kid-friendly looking. So the parents click on the video thinking, oh, this is going to be good for my kid. They're banking on the parent leaving the room.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the video gets inappropriate.
Yeah.
She never just starts her videos out inappropriate.
Yeah.
She makes that book bright and beautifully colored and all that. And it's not labeled for children. It's not labeled. She is correct.
It's labeled for all ages.
She's labeled, it's labeled for all ages, even though it shouldn't be. But in nowhere does it say, hey, this is inappropriate for children under the age of
blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. So parents will buy that book thinking, okay, well, there's a children's book company made this.
Yeah. Well, the first one.
The first one, yeah. But, this is obviously she's that famous YouTuber. She makes content for kids.
I've seen her on Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy
I'm
Fallon.
going to buy this book. And then it's inappropriate and exposing your child to inappropriate things. she knows that she is making content that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
But she doesn't care. She's continuing to make her thumbnails the way that she does, and making the character seem sweet and innocent when it's not.
And now she's moved into this mommy vlogger situation.
Well, that's usually what happens.
Yeah.
When YouTubers have kids, they're like in their 20s or whatever. They're like doing their one type of video, and then they have a kid, they get married, and then they move and switch over to family vloggers.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden their content is just nothing but their family.
Which
there's nothing wrong with that
if you do it appropriately.
Yeah, if you're not. You know.
But like she said, if you're not pulling their shirt down, you're not making them wear appropriate clothes, you're not, you're not leaving them by
hot caramel
stove that's on with, like she said, hot caramel. You're not doing things that's going to harm them. Then it's okay.
Yeah.
But like dancing around the living room, having a good time, showing them eating,
making crafts.
Well, no, not eating, because
I was gonna say I don't like it when people show their children's eating.
People that you would think that that's normal, but people that
who are perverts are perverts, and they
they do things like that. But playing with the dog or
making the crafts,
doing
like
something simple or fun.
Talking about her dumb freaking chickens. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But she should not be absolved.
No.
Especially,
she shouldn't be able to come back and make all that money.
Yeah.
So fast.
Yeah. Especially also, not a lot of people have brought this up again recently. She uses her children for ads that are like wildly inappropriate, like the Starbucks ad.
Yeah.
Like, when is Flynn allowed to drink coffee? Why is he there? No, because if he's in the thumbnail and if he's in part of the video, it gets much higher views.
Yeah. Because of people that like that content. And it's not that we're sitting here bashing her for that, because you'd think, okay, Starbucks has hot chocolate or juice.
It was for coffee.
It was coffee.
For the caffeine.
It was for coffee. It's not.
She frustrates me.
Yeah.
There's tons of people who frustrate me, but she frustrates me the most.
I think that it's appropriate that she doesn't show Corey with them anymore, because Corey is not appropriate at all.
Yeah.
Not very many videos that he puts out is appropriate.
Or that he's in. He's constantly making inappropriate jokes.
Yeah. Looking inappropriate. And, I mean, like...
We don't want... There's so many.
The Instagram... I guess maybe he's trying to be an Instagram model, showing himself naked, but... I
think it was just a thirst trap clickbait thing to get people angry and infuriated and talking about him.
Yeah. Because he has nothing other than that. But see, I wouldn't want someone like that around my children, because he is inappropriate, and he's...
Being friends with him is nothing, nothing, there's nothing wrong with that. But...
having my young children around him, though?
There should be a time, like, where you have your adult friends. Your adult friends should not be hanging around your children.
Yeah.
Unless they can act accordingly.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if you're my best friend in the world. You make an inappropriate joke around my kid, and you have to leave.
Or about my kid.
You've got to go. You gotta leave.
Yeah.
We'll hang out later. I'm sorry. But that kind of stuff is not going to be talked about around my children.
And I would like to say, we're going to wrap this up soon, but I would like to say how Eric is starting to turn into her uncle figure.
Yeah.
The mustache, the hair.
Noticed. Now, he always has had, like, this, like, hipster
Yeah,
vibe or whatever like
he's
that. Like,
starting to
he
look
dresses
like the
kind of like an
uncle.
old man. But, she dresses very childish
Yeah.
because she's childish. I'm childish. I, don't look it right now, but sometimes I dress childish. There's nothing wrong with...
Yesterday she had little pigtails.
There's nothing wrong with dressing cute or, ultra feminine, where, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You do you. But
I would like to say her hair looks much better short. Well, I mean, it's messy and unkempt, but at least it looks...
I don't know.
I don't know. She looked like she was like, I don't know, one of those old wrinkled ladies.
Oh my god.
With it long. No, I'm when her hair was down.
When her hair was long with the bangs,
makes her
I don't
face look kind of like wrinkly. I don't know. And then now she looks her age. With her hair short,
it just made her look.
It made her look. I think it makes her look younger.
Table, sorry.
I think it makes her look younger, and I like it better.
Well,
even with the bangs. I mean, she doesn't look very good in bangs, but I mean, who does? I have bangs, but I hate them.
Well,
most of the time.
There are some people who look really.
I love your face
so much. I hate them so much every time. I'm sorry. Okay, but what I was going to say was, okay, a lot of the Miranda uncle content was, Miranda was supposed to be a young girl, this is supposed to be an older man.
Yep.
And then he looks much older than her. What I'm trying to say is, it just is giving creepy. Yeah. It's giving creepy.
I saw him sitting there cooking, and I was like, oh my god.
Why does he look like an old man?
He looks just like her uncle figure.
He does. He kind of has that.
The actor that played her uncle?
Yeah.
I just see him.
It was kind of creepy looking. And just because she dresses so childish and then he is dressing so mature, it's weird.
Now,
But that's how they like to dress. Sometimes I dress, way too, like, if you saw me in the store, you'd be like, that's a lesbian.
She gets hit on by women a lot.
I do. I get hit on by women a lot. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, your style is your style, but...
I don't like to wear clothes. If I could, I would not wear clothes, but I can. I wear clothes, but I wear as little as possible because I stay hot.
My mom is spicy.
No, I'm just a heavy person, so I'll wear shorts in the winter and tank tops in the winter, and in the summer I'm just melting. I'm a heavier person, and I think that kind of helps hold the heat in, and it's just like I sweat a lot, and I just don't like the sweat, so the least amount of clothes is. I think I own 3 pairs of socks.
Oh my god.
I hate them. I hate them. And I hate wearing, like, shoes and things like that. I was raised in Arizona where you just wear cutoffs and a tank and you're good to go. And I just don't.
Yeah.
So I'm not judging their clothes outfit. I'm just saying he went from a young man to now an old.
The style.
Kind of dressing like pervish type. They don't like the mustache and.
I'm looking at them different because of how Miranda is and how she said in an interview with Stephen Colbert. It's all over the internet. You can find it. She said that the things that Miranda says is an outlet for her to say things that she would never say out loud as Colleen. It is her alter ego. It's her other part.
That's how she feels.
That's how she feels.
She just can't say it.
She just can't say it because it's a little triggering or it's a hot take. Yeah. So Miranda says it. So if Miranda is acting inappropriately with this uncle figure, And there's nothing wrong with liking older men.
No,
I
but
like older men.
When you're a child,
but when you're acting like a child character and it's a family member,
yeah,
it's just creepy and wrong.
Yeah, when you're supposed to be a child, like a 5th grader, and you're riding the uncle saddle, that's a little wrong.
Weird. It's never has that joke been okay.
No.
I mean, you
not
see
at all.
I mean, there's a very fine line of dark humor that you can go, but when you're constantly crossing the line or constantly right on that line, you might want to think about how you're thinking.
Yeah.
About your thought process. And I just think that because of how Miranda acts with her uncle character, I don't, in my opinion, I think that that's how Colleen thinks.
Yeah.
She is attracted to older men.
And see how she changes from, Colleen to Miranda and back to Colleen. Watching her apology video the other day, her family vlog, where she apologized to her fans for not being there.
Yeah.
The first 2 minutes was, I'm sorry, dressed in white and light colors, and I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. It's just, please forgive me for not being there for you. I wanted to be there, but everyone was holding me back. And then, okay, I don't know how to start this, but here we go.
Here's not my chickens.
How she turned it off and on like that.
Yeah.
It was very unsettling, and it makes you, everything she does now,
I'm looking at it different.
Yeah,
everything,
it's like nothing she does is alright now.
Yeah.
I don't know how to.
I have the same thing about Shane Dawson. I used to be a very big Shane Dawson fan. I used to watch him a lot. I used to watch him all the time, even with my younger sibling. Because a lot of the jokes would go over, over his head, and sometimes, or if the video got too inappropriate, I would turn it off.
Yeah.
Because that's what you normally would do.
Yeah. But having to.
But knowing what I know about Shane and how the jokes that he made.
We've got one coming up on him. Quick.
The content.
Some things have happened with Shane Dawson, and where we got it covered in a day or two.
But,
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think she will never be the same.
Yeah.
It will
I'm always
never,
looking at it like a little bit that,
Yeah.
When you watch somebody and you're a fan of somebody and then they do something that's bad, and you know in your heart that it's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know why. The fandom thing, people will say like you shouldn't have a parasocial relationship with someone, but I get attached to TV show characters.
Yeah. Marichka Hargitay.
When Munch left SVU, I cried.
Yeah.
When Glenn died on The Walking Dead,
Don't even talk about that.
I didn't speak for a week. I was upset. I cried so hard. But it's the same, people have the same relationship with celebrities.
Yeah.
Why am I forgetting her name? Oh my God.
You brought him up earlier.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. I will not watch the new, if they put out a new,
Fantastic Beast.
Or Jack Sparrow. There's only one Jack Sparrow. And
it's Johnny Depp.
And if you try to change that movie, I'm not going to watch it. You either put him back in there, or you just don't make another one, because I'm not going. And I'm going to put it down every which way I can, because he is Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
He made that character. That's him. Nothing's ever going to be the same.
But it's like, I completely lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
I'm passionate about Johnny Depp.
I'm all crazy. Oh my god.
But you know what we're trying to say? We're
like Dan and Phil. When Dan and Phil left YouTube for, 5 freaking years, I was heartbroken. I was sitting there watching their old content like, I miss you. I wish you would come back. I need more new content. I love them so much. I love their relationship. I know I'm not actually gonna ever meet them.
No.
I know I'm not. I know that. But let me be Delulu and be best friends with these two people that I don't know.
And when they came back, it was like, oh my god. We knew within 20 minutes after they posted.
Yeah.
That they were coming back.
We watched that video so quickly.
Oh my god, yeah.
When you get a connection to somebody, that's allowed. You're allowed to have a connection with someone. Yeah. But, it's when that person on the internet, like Colleen, breaks that trust.
Yeah.
And starts to, you're even allowed to be friends. You're allowed to say, oh yeah, like when Joshua was telling Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a show coming up. You should totally come. That wasn't him inviting Johnny,
backstage,
like saying, I want to meet you. That was him saying, come to my show. I'd love to have you there. I love seeing my fans.
The more the merrier. I love having
you here. Well, that, and, Joshua is a nice person, and he's like, come to my show. I want everybody to have fun, and let's all have fun together. It wasn't a personal invite. No. That's just, a lot of people don't realize that celebrities, they do things as fan service. There's a thing called fan service.
That's why they sign their autographs.
Well, it's even like, okay, with K-pop. Okay, I'm a very big fan of K-pop. I love Korean music. Yeah. There's always those two members who people ship. They're like best friends. Mm-hmm. Like San and Wooyoung. They're best friends. They clearly really like each other a lot. They get along well. Yeah. People ship them. Some people ship them romantically. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about I love their I love their interactions together. I like.
They're friends. They're
friends. I like seeing them goof around and be silly together. Yeah. It makes me happy because it's like, oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious. They make me laugh. Yeah. They probably don't, act like that all the time. No. That's not how they are all the time. They're not always together. They do things separately. But they play it up even more for the fans. Yeah. Because they know the fans like to see it. So they do it, they overact sometimes. Yeah. That's what celebrities do sometimes. And they sit there and they say, oh, guys, everybody come. Or,
we're having a party. Or everyone's allowed. Come on over.
When you say, I love you, and they say, I love you back. I love you too.
They don't really know you.
They don't really love you. They love
love
your love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They appreciate that you appreciate them.
Exactly.
But Colleen took that relationship, that I love you too, thank you for being my fan, and made it twisted. She twisted that relationship, and she needs to apologize for it. She needs to understand that what she did was wrong, and truly understand.
And that she is continuing to do that. And people, I'm not saying you're stupid. If you're a fan of hers, I'm not saying you're stupid. But you're a little delusional about how she loves you.
No, she doesn't love.
No, she loves your
the money that you give her, because she's still doing her little, she always does these little donation things to charity, which is great. Donate to charity. Donate to St. Jude's. Donate to children's hospitals. That is, I have the best experience with children's hospitals. They saved my life. They're great. You should donate to them. They provide such great accommodations to children who are sick and, the families. They help give so much to them. Donate to them. Don't donate to Colleen, because it's going in her bank account, and then she says we do see $100,000 donation. There are 100,000. She is listed as donating $100,000. But people donated a whole lot more. So where's that other money? And then she won't put out, like, usually there's like a little thing that says,
I raised
Sarah donated this much money. There's like a little receipt that you get. Well, when you donate directly to, say I'm donating to St. Jude's, I get a little receipt back that says I donated to St. Jude's this amount of money.
So you can take it off your taxes.
So I can take it off my taxes, and I get, money back for that. Colleen is taking, she does a third route thing, so you're not donating to St. Jude's. You're donating to Colleen so that she can make $100,000 donation to St. Jude's, and then she gets to not only keep whatever is left, but she also gets to take that off her taxes, and so she doesn't have to pay for all that money that you just gave her.
Yeah.
And she's not saying how much was donated, the full amount that was donated, or how much she donated, And it's shifty. Don't give that woman money.
If you don't believe us, you can go on several different other people's...
Adam has made videos about it.
It's there's attorneys that's made videos about it.
It's just a way for her to get a tax write-off. Yeah. And probably keep that little extra bit of cash.
Well, yeah, because she said she donated 100,000 or more. She's in the 100,000 to 200,000 bracket.
Yeah.
On there, on the not St. Jude's, but Children's Hospital website.
Yeah, the one in California. I can't remember what it's called.
You can go and look at it, and it's there, but it doesn't say and fans. It says Colleen Ballinger.
Yeah.
You donate to her. A third party takes and puts it in her account, which they charge, I think, 4%.
Yeah.
And the 3% or something like that. And then to do that, and then once it's in her bank account, which it says Colleen Ballinger bank account, she's the primary. Then she takes another. Someone else takes it from her bank account and puts it into the Children's Hospital. You can click on the Children's Hospital website and donate, and it doesn't cost anything.
There's a donate button that you can click.
The hospital gets everything, but with Colleen, you're paying these other two sites about, I think they said $7.
Yeah, I think it's $7, and then she gets the rest.
But
$7 per donation.
Yeah, and that's only in a $10 bracket.
I think it's like 6 cents. Yeah. If it's less than $1.
Yeah,
or $1.
So it's you're paying, if you donated $150, you're paying more than the $7. You're paying a lot more than $7. But basically, the donations from 2019 to 2023 is still up. And you, when you click on it, you could be donating to 2019.
That
all
money's
of that
not
money,
going to the hospital.
No.
Only say she has one for 2023, right? If you accidentally click on the link for the 2019 one, you're donating to Colleen.
Yeah.
Colleen is getting all of that money.
That's hers.
Only the 2023 one. But all of them are open.
Yeah.
So you can give her money no matter what.
So if you're donating to 2020 or 2019 or 2021, you're donating to Colleen, not to the charity. It stays open, and that builds up, and that's her money. Colleen only has to pay taxes on that 2023. And so, because you've not donated, but you've given her the money.
Yeah, because it's a gift.
Yeah, you've gifted her that money. She doesn't have to pay taxes on that with the charity foundation, and she does. Well, she has to pay taxes on, but she doesn't have to turn it in to the charity.
It's just disgusting. Because you can't sit here and say, I'm a good person. I'm donating to the children's hospital. No, you're not. You might have donated $100,000, and yes, that's good. That's giving that hospital and that charity $100,000 that they didn't have yesterday.
Yeah.
But you're still making way more, and you're still taking people. If that's somebody's last $150. But they really want to be a good person and donate that to a hospital?
Yeah.
You're just taking someone's $150.
She's sitting there, and her and Corey and somebody else is sitting there, and they're eating pizza. And
I think it's her sister.
They're sitting there eating pizza, and Corey reads off one of the screens and says, oh, this person says that they've donated $150. It was their grocery money, but they're going to give it to you instead. And she's like, donate that, girl. Oh, yeah.
Do you want my pizza?
She's got food, but you don't.
Why are you laughing at someone trying to be a good, kind-hearted person? Yeah, it was a little irresponsible with their money, but that's not the point. The point is they wanted to be a good person. You took their money. Yeah,
and most likely that never got to the organization. It just got into her bank account
and her pizza fund.
Yeah.
She is so corrupt on every single level. It's disgusting. And
she just opened this year's up.
If anybody watches this video, if anybody watches this video,
don't be so
do not donate to Colleen. If you want to donate straight to the hospitals or whatever organization you're donating to. They could have a GoFundMe out. GoFundMe doesn't take the money the way that this other account or this other website that she uses. It doesn't do that. It does it the legal way. You get a tax write-off for donating to the GoFundMe. It goes not into, it's better, is what I'm trying to say.
And if you're looking at it like, why do I need a tax write-off? Well, number one, that's important for your taxes, your tax purpose. But number two, you're probably claiming, I gave $150 to this charity. Well, no, if your taxes if you get audited, you can't go back and prove that you gave that money to them. You donated it to Colleen.
You gifted it. You didn't donate. You gifted. She always says you gifted it. Because when you put that one phrase in there, it makes it to where you cannot say that you donated.
Yeah, you gave that to her free will. Yeah. That's not the same, and you can't take that off your taxes.
So therefore, you committed tax fraud if you say that if you put that on your tax forms.
Yeah.
That's committing fraud. That's a federal crime.
And you may not think that that's a big deal.
But it's a pretty hefty fine, actually.
But just get audited.
Yeah.
It'll
We've
change
talked
your
for
life.
like 2 hours about Colleen.
Yeah.
So I think we should end it here.
Yeah. This was supposed to be a 15-minute video.
Just a real quick one, but she makes me so mad that I'll say, I'm only going to talk about a few things, and then everything starts coming out.
We get all of it. Now, we've done videos on her before, and we've talked about the taxes and things like that. Hopefully, we made it simplified for you.
Yeah, there's a lot more that goes to it, but that's the gist of it.
Yeah, like I said, there's attorneys that talk about it online, breaking it down. Just look it up.
It's not that hard to find all of this information. It's all public knowledge.
I don't know
and she has never disclosed the full amount that she gets from these donation live streams.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm gonna commit crimes. I'm going to commit crimes.
The people next door have a lot of company.
I'm gonna slash their tires. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to. But I guess we'll end it here because they're about to start being really, really loud. Like the video, subscribe if you'd like. Share it.
Yeah.
Go check out Adam's channel. I believe also Swoop talked about the donation thing in her videos.
Sure.
I cannot remember if she talked about that.
I think so. But Swoop has really good videos on Colleen, and Becky has a channel. She doesn't have a lot of followers, so maybe go and look her up.
But yeah, just let her make the content, but don't let it be forgotten.
Yeah, just remember in the back of your mind, you're supporting someone who has hurt children.
And is, in my opinion, a creep.
And that's how
we see it. That's how Sue sees it.
Yep. That's our opinion, and if you don't like it, tell us about it. I'd like to hear people yell at me. It doesn't bother me. I mean, if you have a different opinion, that's good, because that's how the world goes around.
Let's talk about it in the comment section. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram and all that jazz. Also, the podcast. We have several episodes on the podcast about Colleen.
Oh, yeah.
So, go and follow that.
If you don't want to sit through this, you can also listen to us on podcast form.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to watch us.
See you later, and have a great day or night.
Whatever.